On behalf of all of us here at Atlanta Lab Rescue, I just want to say welcome to the family. You've signed the papers, you've got your new best friend, and right now you are probably feeling this wild mix of pure excitement and, let's be honest, maybe just a little bit of panic. It's a huge, wonderful moment, and we are absolutely here to guide you through it.
So, picture this. You're driving home. You glance up at that rearview mirror, you see this beautiful dog looking back at you, and one single massive thought probably hits you right between the eyes. What in the world do I do now? That is the exact question we're going to answer today. Think of this as your official survival guide for the first 30 days. We've got the roadmap to take you from this exact moment to having a true, lifelong companion. Okay, let's dive right in. First up, and this is probably the most important thing we'll talk about, we need to start with a little bit of a mindset shift. Seriously, this is the foundation for everything else that's going to follow. You know, the biggest mistake we see new adopters make is trying to do way too much, way too soon. You want to shower them with love, introduce them to all your friends, prove to them they just won the lottery. But what they really, truly need in this moment, it isn't affection, it's security. They just need to feel safe. So, let's get tactical. This part is all about the most crucial moments of your new life together. Literally, the second you get home. Okay, your first instinct is going to be to swing open that front door and let him run wild. I need you to fight that urge. Do not do that. We have a very specific protocol. If you don't have another dog at home, you're still going to start with a nice long walk around the neighborhood just to burn off some of that nervous energy. But if you do have a resident dog, well, this part is completely non-negotiable. You have to meet on neutral ground, like out on the street, and you start with a parallel walk. That means one dog on each side of the street. It kind of simulates a pack moving together, and it takes so much pressure off that first meeting. As you slowly get closer on your walk, you need to let them greet like dogs, not like people. We want to avoid that face-to-face staring contest, because in the dog world, that's a challenge. Instead, we let them do the whole rear sniffing thing. I know, it seems funny to us, but this is basically their version of a polite handshake. It's how they get to know each other. How you walk into your house for the first time is so important. Just follow the golden rule you see here. The human goes first, then your resident dog, and the new dog comes in last. You have to remember, to your new dog, your home is basically an alien planet. When a dog runs around sniffing everything like crazy, they're not just exploring, they're anxiously looking for threats and mapping out escape routes. By leading them in calmly on a leash, you're telling them, I got this, you can relax.
Okay, you're inside, awesome. Now, the next 2 weeks, these are arguably the most important of all. We call this the decompression and lockdown period. And yeah, it sounds pretty intense, because it is, but it's for a really, really good reason.
First, we got to manage our own expectations. Your new dog's adjustment, it's not a one-time event, it's a process. And this timeline here is the perfect way to think about it. We call it the Rule of 3, and it's our guide for the next few months.
Those first 3 days are the detox period. The dog is just in biological shock from all the changes. You might see a dog that's totally shut down and just sleeps all the time, or you might get what we call the Disneyland effect, a dog that's just manically bouncing off the walls. Whatever you see, just remember, that's not their real personality. It's just stress. And then you hit the 3-week mark. The dog is starting to feel safe, which means, you guessed it, the honeymoon is over. This is when their real personality starts to peek out, and they might start testing boundaries. They're kind of thinking, hey, do those rules from week 1 still apply? This is where your consistency is absolutely everything.
So why are we so strict about this whole thing? Well, it's actually about biology. After all the stress of a shelter and a big move, your dog's brain is flooded with cortisol. That's the stress hormone. It literally takes weeks for those levels to go down. So for the first 2 weeks, we go into lockdown mode. We are intentionally shrinking their world down so they can decompress, understand what's going on, and bond with you.
And when we say lockdown, we mean it. I know this is the hardest part for new adopters, but it is so vital. For 2 weeks, no visitors to your home, no trips to PetSmart, and absolutely positively no dog parks. The whole goal is for the dog to learn that you are their safe person, not the entire neighborhood.
To help you with this, we use something called the umbilical cord method. And yes, it means exactly what it sounds like. Keeping the dog on a leash inside the house. To us, it can feel a little strict, but to a nervous dog, it's actually a huge relief. That leash gives them security. They don't have to make any decisions. It prevents accidents, and it really speeds up the bonding process because they're learning to follow your lead from minute 1.
Okay,
Quick but critical safety announcement. Every single rescue dog is a flight risk. They don't know you yet, they don't love you yet. A loud truck backfiring could make them bolt. So, your very first action item, grab a marker and write your phone number directly on the AR collar they came with. Tags can fall off. This is your best first line of defense.
All right, once you've made it through that initial lockdown, we can start to shift our focus. Now it's all about building the long-term habits that are going to make your dog feel safe and secure for the rest of their life.
For a dog, routine is the language of security. These are the 4 pillars: predictable feeding times, consistent potty breaks outside, short, fun training sessions, and a calm, clear bedtime routine. This structure tells your dog exactly what to expect, and that predictability just melts away their anxiety.
Now, you adopted a lab, so we have to talk about food. It is both a huge blessing and a tiny curse. The blessing? They are so trainable because they will do just about anything for a piece of kibble. The curse? Many labs actually have a gene mutation that means their brain doesn't get the signal that they're full. They literally feel like they're starving all the time. This is why you've got to manage their environment to prevent things like countersurfing. And what's the counterbalance to that insane food drive? Exercise. People think of labs as these chill family pets, but they are high-energy working dogs. They need up to 90 minutes of real exercise every single day. Just repeat after me. A tired lab is a well-behaved lab. If your dog is chewing up your furniture, they're not a bad dog, they're a bored dog.
Our training philosophy here is simple. It's all about positive reinforcement. We reward the behavior we want to see more of. Take jumping, a classic lab move. When they jump on you, you just turn your back and become as boring as a statue. The second all 4 of their paws hit the floor, you turn back around and have a little party. They learn super fast that jumping makes the fun stop, and keeping their paws on the floor makes it come back.
I know, we have thrown a ton of information at you, and it can feel totally overwhelming. But I want to end by reminding you of one really crucial fact.
You are not alone in this. Your adoption coordinator is your lifeline. Please contact them with any question, no matter how big or small. Once you're out of lockdown, come to our community events. Connect with us on social media. Trust me, we have seen it all, and we are here to help you troubleshoot, to celebrate your wins, and to get you through the challenges. So what's the big takeaway from all this? Right now, your dog is looking for a leader. And when you provide that calm, consistent structure, you're not just controlling them, you're giving them the greatest gift of all, the gift of predictability. And once a dog feels safe and knows what to expect, that is when their true, wonderful, goofy personality can finally shine through. Thank you so much for giving a rescue lab a second chance. You've got this. Welcome to the family.